Hey, welcome back to Gronsky Books. It is October and I have moved out of my house. I am staying temporarily with some friends. This is their office and it's not being used today, so I thought I'd come in here and give you an update about what I'm doing on the channel and what my plans are for the month of October. In case you don't know, National Novel Writing Month it's actually an international event now. People do it all over the world. But it's a challenge wherein writers will attempt to write one entire novel contained within the month of November. From 0 words to at least 50,000 words. 50,000 words is sort of the target minimum to qualify as a novel, at least in these circles. That's about how long The Great Gatsby is, just for context. My recording just got interrupted by the emergency broadcast test, so I had to start over. I don't know where I was. Anyway, I've participated in NaNoWriMo a number of times, and I have, finished maybe 5 times, I think. I've written 5 novels for NaNoWriMo. I like to use NaNoWriMo not to create something that I'm really going to be proud of exactly, although I do like some of the stuff that I've worked on. I like to use this challenge as a way to sort of rededicate myself to my writing habits. It's really easy for me to fall out of consistent writing habits. For me, I can really work hard on something for 6 months and get a lot of work done, be very, very productive, and then I need to take a break. And sometimes I really only need to take, a week or 2 off. Unfortunately, that week or 2 builds a lot of momentum when you're not working on something. So that week or 2 extends into a month and into 2 months. And before I know it, I've lost all of my good habits. Anyway, this year I've got an idea for a novel that I'm calling Racehorses. This is kind of got an interesting premise. It's not a real serious novel. It's a novel about racehorses, and they are the main characters. So they talk to each other. And these racehorses have unionized, and they're not getting what they want from the owners and from the jockeys, right? And so they run away from the races. All 20 of these horses just abandon the race grounds after a race, and they set out on a kind of cross-country road trip. And all the while, they're being hunted down by the owners and by the jockeys. And so how do 20 horses hide? It'd be a very conspicuous group. So how do they hide? How do they conceal themselves from the authorities who are trying to track them down? I think that this book is basically going to write itself. I've got a lot of ideas, a lot of kind of funny things to throw in. So anyway, it's going to be just like a fun book. I've got a couple of really good twists and turns mapped out. But in the month of October, I want to prep for this novel. And that's what these notes are here. Last couple of days, I've been out taking walks with these little note cards. So either I stop at a bench and I write some notes down, or I pull the notes out of my pocket while I'm walking. Sometimes I need to get back out into nature and just walk. No headphones on, no people, just get out into nature, just walk on a trail and let my mind wander as I wander through the woods, right? So I do some of my very best thinking while I'm writing, but I also do a lot of thinking while I'm walking. I mean, this sounds a little woo-woo, but the sense of motion and being in commune with nature is really instrumental to my thought processes and to my creativity. Also, this has been a very stressful time trying to get into my new house. The moving process has proven to be one of the very worst experiences, at least in moving, of my entire life. This is probably the hardest move I've ever had, and I've moved a lot over the years. So taking some time away from all of the stresses and all of my responsibilities elsewhere and going for some walks in the woods this week while I'm waiting to get into this new house has really been centering for me. So I've got these notes, and I'm going to transfer all of these notes into this notebook, which is still blank. And the rest of this month, I am going to prep for the novel. And if this is something you would like to do, there are a lot of resources online for Preptober specifically. I mean, there's no shortage of writing advice and how to come up with an outline and how to create characters. And there's a million things that you can find on the internet to help you with that if you need help. But on the NaNoWriMo website, they've actually got a 6-week plan, I think. So it's not just the month of October, obviously, but 1 week is characters, 1 week is plot, 1 week is like world building, and then there's other weeks for like how are you going to strategize and like make time for your writing. That's equally important. So coming up with all these plans in the month of October or even earlier if you want to start earlier, to help propel you through that month of November where you need to write 1,600 words a day every day and not miss a day for 30 days if you want to stay consistent. But if you want to do it all in 1 month, I really recommend prepping. Even a little bit of prep. You don't have to spend 6 weeks or even a whole month, but just spending some time planning it out so that you're not going in completely cold. The most successful NaNoWriMo challenges that I've ever had, where I've written the most words, are the ones that I prepared the most for in advance. So, that's just me though. Take that with a grain of salt. So for me, my main goals for Preptober are to figure out sort of an overall plot line, beginning, middle, and end, and the reasons for everything. And I've got the it's not really a twist, but it's sort of like an end reveal kind of thing. And so I want to make sure that I'm setting that up appropriately throughout the book so that it doesn't just happen at the end and get dumped on the last page. And I need to come up with a time frame, all the different places that these horses are going to visit along the way. I am reading some books about horses just so that I'm a little more familiar with the terminology and nomenclature. And I need to come up with 20 names for horses, the good horse names, right? And actually, I just thought of this. It would be a lot of fun if you guys named my horses for me. So I need 20 names for race horses. They have to be unique names. They can't already be names of real horses. So if you want to name one of my horses, just leave the name in the comment section. And here in a couple of weeks, I'll go through and I'll pick all the best names that get listed down there and I'll use them in my book, I promise. All right, so a lot of writers on YouTube will do vlogs during the month of November and they'll kind of give weekly updates, and their video output is really focused on what they're working on during NaNoWriMo. I'm not going to do that. The next time you're going to hear me talk about NaNoWriMo is at the end of the month of November. I'm going to give you one video where I wrap up the whole thing, let you know how it went, and then maybe a couple months later, I might actually find a way to put the book up somewhere for you guys to read in case you're curious about how racehorses turns out. So, but I do have a lot going on right now, and the amount of work that I put into my book videos, I just don't have time for right now. And I don't want to make crappy videos. So I really do just need to kind of keep it simple right now as far as the videos that I'm putting out, because the rest of my life is not so simple right now, let me tell you. So this is going to be a busy month of October with Preptober and my family obligations and my job and getting into the new house and just all that stuff. So, life is never going to take a break and make it convenient for me to write novels, right? I'm never going to have an endless abundance of time to work on my creative projects. So I really want to rededicate myself to good habits and take advantage of the time that I have. And one of the most important things that I want to do is write. I love writing. And that's something that's kind of fallen by the wayside. So I want to pick that back up this month and put down some of the stress. And I think that's probably a very relatable goal. Pick up good things and put down the negative things that's keeping us down, So let me know if you are going to participate in National Novel Writing Month in 2023. I'd love to hear about your plans. Have you done it before? Is this your first time? Let me know. All right. More book content coming in a couple of weeks. Just let me get into my house and let me get settled. Let me get back to baseline. And I am really looking forward to getting back to book reviews and talking about the books that I'm reading. I have a lot to say about the stuff that I've been reading. Maybe I'll do a recap of everything that I've read during this hiatus. I've been reading kind of a wide variety of things. All right, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.